Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Rafi and welcome to Rafi's vlog. If you're a returning subscriber and a returning viewer, I would like to extend my warm and sincere gratitude for always tuning in to my YouTube channel. In this video, I would like to talk about the downsides of living in abroad, most especially in Germany. This video is going to be based on my personal experience. As you all know, moving abroad is an exciting experience. You get to experience new cultures, you get to see new sights, you get to do things that probably you would not have done in your home, like learning new languages, learning how to cook foreign specialities, and not only learning but also meeting and exploring this country, like meeting people and just having that sense of growth and independence. With all the wonderful opportunities moving to abroad has to offer, there are always some downsides to it. Whether you're moving to study, for marriage, for business, you'll always experience a sense of loneliness, anxiety, and a sense of depression. This could be probably because there are some things that are missing in this foreign country that you miss so much back at home. It is often easy to talk about the glam life of living abroad, like the picturesque sceneries, like the wonderful shopping malls and wonderful cars, and basically the life of Hollywood, as we all see. But more often, we forget to talk about the hardships and the downsides of moving abroad. This area has been left unattended to or unresearched to because people definitely, deep inside, people experience a lot of depression, anxiety, and loneliness. You may see their photos smiling in abroad, and you may see them in the holiday phase. Maybe they are in Maldives, but deep inside, they feel a sense of loneliness, a loneliness that cannot be filled with money, with glam, and with fame. Sometimes they feel embarrassed to open up the realities of living abroad to their family members back at home because they fear being judged, they fear being criticized, or they fear being deemed as failures. But it's not that. It's something that you should be proud of and tell it to everyone. Tell how life is it in abroad and what are the things you're facing as a person, because we are all humans. We make mistakes and we are in trouble, and sometimes we are out of trouble. Some of the factors that may contribute to your depressive and sense of loneliness and sense of anxiety while living in abroad is the language. When I came here in Germany, one thing that struck me the most was that everywhere it was written in German, from the bus to the shops, everywhere was in German. And I had little knowledge of the language, which became so stressful, and I felt like going back home. I felt like I'm not accepted here and I'm different. The second thing is that Germans are very conservative and they're not very open-minded. There is no sense of community here in Germany. know that you are always alone and doing things on your own. So it's difficult to make friends. It's difficult to get that help that you need, because there is the language barrier, and there is also that sense lack of community back at home. You could speak to your neighbor, and here in Germany, you don't even know the name of your neighbor. It is as funny as that. You end up staying in the house alone, and through that, especially in winter, you end up feeling depressed, and you end up having a high anxiety, and this can contribute to your mental health, and you will be able to maybe think about really odd things like suicidal and giving up and going back home. And those are the things that come across your mind when you're alone and there is no interaction with you, with anyone. You are just basically alone, or most probably you are the only person or the black person in the village. The other thing that struck me most was the different food. In Kenya, there is the delicacies and the flavor of food, the herbal vegetables, and the amazing fruits that you have. And here, it's something different. You have to learn how to cook in German, and that can be very stressful, and that can contribute to your mental health. You end up feeling frustrated when you cannot do it, and if you can, you end up missing home delicacies and wish that you were home, because in most cities there are less African shops, and that can make you like run mad because you don't you don't have access to that type of food. Here in Germany and in abroad, there are odd jobs that someone can do. I never imagined that my first job, I would clean toilets and I would do cleaning for a living. But at first, I was crying because I never expected to do this. I felt like I was degraded, and I felt I was a graduate and I could not do this work. But after some months, I was able to just suck it up and do it. Like I became more proud of what I do, because I know I get enough money to sustain myself. And here nobody cares whether you're a Reinigungskraft or you're a plumber. No one cares. Here every job counts, and here it's not about the job, more it's about, are you happy, and are you able to cater for your living life expenses? So that is the life here in Germany. When you arrive, definitely know that you will get odd jobs, and you have to do those odd jobs because if you don't know the language, then you need to do it. If you know the language, you are lucky. You're lucky to opportunities. And that's why every single time I emphasize, please, please learn German before coming to Germany. Learn Italian before coming to Italy. Learn Swedish before going to Sweden. Learn English before going to UK. So every time before moving to a foreign country, have a basic knowledge of the language so that it can help you move around. And I'm proud to say that my German has improved, and I will be soon working like any other German around, and I'm happy about it. The thing that you should also watch out for. I know when you see an African person, you believe that's your brother or that's your sister. But you have to realize that not everyone is your sister and not everyone is your brother. Like most of these Africans that come here, especially I would say Kenyans, uh, because based on my experience, Kenyans are a bit have their own agendas at hand. So it's not mostly of let's take care of each other, let's look out for each other, but it's more of what am I gonna get from you? So you need to be careful associating yourself with some other Africans. But I would say Ghanaians are really close and really close tight. They associate themselves with each other and they help each other grow. I actually got my first job through a Nigerian, and this is something that a Kenyan would not have done for me. And I was with Kenyans, I was clubbing with Kenyans, but no single Kenyan told me to go and get a job or got for me a job. But when I started associating myself with a different culture, I gained more experience, I gained confidence, I gained a job. The weather can be such a bad enemy, especially if you're coming from Africa, where it is a temperate region. You experience a lot of sun, but here in Germany and probably in the US or abroad, you experience a lot of snow and you experience the 4 seasons of the year. That's what it's called. You are surprised at first when you see the snow, but when the snow persists, it becomes annoying for you. I think Germany is the only country that has very long bureaucracy. Coming from Kenya, you would bribe your way through some certain process to get what you want. But in Germany, it doesn't work like that. You have to follow one step after another. Like in 2 weeks, I will be moving from Bayreuth to Leipzig, and I have to follow the steps of resettling. I have to register myself in Leipzig as a permanent resident there, and then those documents will be transferred in Bayreuth and changed. So it's very bureaucratic. And sometimes this bureaucracy may make you feel very, very anxious and very, very impatient and stressed because you're taken from one office to another, and this can contribute to your mental state. So it's not easy in abroad. It's not easy. It's never the glam. People don't tell you these things. They hide it, but in their social media, it shows something totally opposite to what's here in abroad. If you're moving in Germany for studying or business or as an employee, you'll tend to have uncertainty of will I go back home Will I be deported? Will I lose my residence? So you tend to be very, very cautious in most everything that you do. But if you're coming here married, then it's easier for you. But for the rest, it's not. So in this episode of being uncertain, you will tend to be very stressed and worry a lot, not sleep well, not eat properly, especially if you get a message or a letter from the Ausländer Behörde. Maybe you have not filled a certain form, or maybe they require more documents for you to continue living here in Germany. So how do you overcome depression overseas? I would tell you that go to events, attend events. There's so many events happening in summer. Make connections, speak to people, and you will be able to find friends. And one thing that I love about Germans is that when you make the connection with them, their connection is lasting. They can keep you for the next 50 years. Trust you me. They are not like Africans or where I come from. Another thing is that if you are in a village, join community associations like the Christian Association, like Youth Association of that community. In that, you'll be able to interact with people, share ideas, and also keep your social circle more big. One thing that I always do is I go to the gym. Fitness is of high priority to me. I began my fitness journey in 2020 during Corona, when everything was locked down. There was no gym, there was no moving out. You just needed to stay in the house. So through that, I began my fitness journey. I lost over 25 kgs and I feel really good about myself. I would suggest, if you have free time, go to the gym, go for yoga classes, also have fun while at it. When it's winter and you feel alone, I would suggest go out. Go for a walk, go visit nearby villages. That's what I do. And go to the kino. As maybe someone doesn't know what I'm saying by kino. Oh, I mean the cinema. Enjoy life, and in that you will be making yourself more happy. Happiness does not lie amongst people. It lies right here. It's up to you to make yourself happy. One thing that I have also learned to do is that to let go of the past and live on the now. Many times I look at the now and the future. And I think that's my character. I don't like looking at just now. But I'm trying to train my brain to look at what I have right now to do. And I should avoid looking through the future, because if I look through the future, I will find out something wrong and I will get frustrated and I will be disturbing my internal self. I'll be having internal conflict, and that's not good for me. So one thing that I would recommend, learn to live in the now and forget about the past. If you're feeling like taking your life and feeling a sense of anxiety, like deep depression, I would recommend you seek the help of a professional. I know here in Germany there are very few professionals who can speak English, But I would recommend, what about seeking a professional from your country? It's as good as that. You can use Zoom and you can speak out your problems and you can be able to understand. And the one thing about having a professional from home is that you can speak in a language that you guys can understand each other. Think of going into drugs because it won't help, it won't solve a thing. The thing that I would recommend, if you're feeling very depressed and very anxious, then probably seek a professional from your country of origin. I know there are some other things that probably you would face when living in abroad that I have not mentioned, but I guess that's it. That's what I wanted to put across, that abroad is not the land of milk and honey. We work almost 2, 3 jobs in a day, and we work hard. We work odd jobs, and we to put money in our pocket. We get taxed very highly, and it's not like we go there and pick money from the trees. It's very hard. You got this. You got this. There is a reason why you left your country of origin to come here and try to look for something for you too. And I tell you that you got this. And sooner or later, you're going to be very surprised by how far you have accomplished and how far you have come. I would like to tell you that. And always know one thing: if no one is seeing the good that you do and no one is hearing you out, for me, as a YouTuber, I would tell you, I see you. I see you because I've been there and I'm in there still. I see you, and know that you're special, you're loved, and the world is it's very, like, the world is very happy to have you inside of it. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and click on the notification bell so you'll be informed of the videos that I will post in the coming days. Take care of yourself and always know you got this.